and butter, what we ate for dinner. So I had to dream it till the dream is bigger. Only want the gold, we don't need the silver. Gotta be number one, number two never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now point them out. Making my babies proud, wanna cop my mama a house. Coming straight out the south, got enough juice to end the drought. Yeah, I buy like 23.
Today, from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, this is Madden NFL 21. Phillip Rivers and the Indianapolis Colts taking on Deshaun Watson and the Houston Texans.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Just as we were ready for air, it was the Colts emerging from the locker room to great fanfare here in Indy. They're ready to go as the Colts get set to match up with the Houston Texans. So here's Kaimi Fairbairn to do the honors. And off we go on EA Sports. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. Colts ready to go to work here offensively, and it is Phillip Rivers, their veteran quarterback and longtime Charger, who will be under center.
One way you become the all-time leading passer for your team is pure talent, and Phillip Rivers has plenty of that. But there's also dedication to your craft and the willingness to get better all the time. Phillip Rivers has a van set up with a driver so that when he goes to and from practice, he's able to watch tape and find ways to improve his mechanics each and every day.
Rivers on first down. He's got Jack Doyle. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Complete to Jack Doyle.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get him into rhythm.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. Out comes Deshaun Watson, ready to captain the ship here for this Houston offense.
Everything you want in a starting quarterback in the NFL, especially in the physical category. If you have the idea that he's one of those rah-rah, spit-and-fire guys, he's not that at all. But he has a will to win that really the team picks up on, and they can't wait to follow him into victory.
First carry now. This is Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, Watson. He's got his tight end. It's Fells. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
From the gun, here's Watson. The Colts D sticking to their assignments, and that brings up 4th.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
It's tied, 0-0.
So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Made by Whitney Merciless.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Rivers from the gun on 3rd down. Steps away to his left. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Lonnie Johnson picks it. Past the 20. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Well, you don't want to coach him, Charles, to stay in the pocket on every play, but I guess that's the danger of getting outside of the pocket, extending a play, and making a bad throw. Turns into 6 points the other way.
Yeah, sometimes when you get outside the pocket, your vision actually gets obscured a little bit, or you narrow it down too much, and you don't see all the defenders in the area.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
At their own 25-yard.
Rivers and the Colts going to come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll start by handing this off to Mack. Room here to run. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Rivers. Fighting Hilton on the slant. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 36, Rivers. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. It's a room to maneuver. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
1st and goal.
That's why you call a screen. You want to catch a defense over-committing. Plenty of space available, and that matched up perfectly. What a convoy he got downfield to pick up big yardage on that play.
So 1st and goal and a chance to make amends for the earlier pick 6. Looking to run with Mack. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Now this will make it into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
At the 32-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson, and now he's going to use his legs. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the 1st.
It's a gain of 17 yards. And the Texans first down.
Watson to give. This is Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
A loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12.
On 2nd and 12. Watson throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and 12.
Back to throw, Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That's a nice job there, foiling what all offenses try to do, which is control the defensive end in the running game. They want to get to the outside, and if he keeps himself free, stays on his feet, he can make a play just as...
Touchdown, Houston.
Watson.
Jordan Akins, 35 yards. And the Texans have taken the lead. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open. He has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Rodgers on the return. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Colts take over 1st and 10. At their own 20.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It's now 2nd and 10.
On 2nd down, Rivers again. Looking deep for Hilton. And that's caught inside the 35. A huge play that time for the Colts. 42 yards. Well, what do you think? Maybe got away with one? I mean, he's thrown 2 picks already. That looked pretty dangerous.
And it had a little hang time on it. So what he needs to do right now, hug it out a little bit with his guy. Because he went up and made a play on the football and kept him from potentially throwing that 3rd interception. There's some trust in there. There's also some hope.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. A good throw here, finding Pascal. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Zach Pascal, 30 yards. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
The catch and the touchdown, they were the end result of a terrific route run by the receiver.
Blankenship out for the point after. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Houston set to take over. These 2 teams trading touchdowns here in what has been a back-and-forth first half.
And ordinarily, we're trying to figure out how to break out of a stalemate. Here, you're trying to figure out if you can slow someone down while continuing your breakneck pace on offense. I know one thing. The people in the crowd, they're getting their money's worth right now.
The fantasy owners like it.
Oh, without a doubt. They're just tallying them up, aren't they?
They're watching this game. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11. At the 24.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
31, David Johnson.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
A gain of 14. First down, Texans.
On first down, Watson. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Now Watson. And now he'll tuck it and run. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
He's brought down.
Tyquan Lewis makes a stop.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
On 2nd down now. It's Johnson. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On 2nd down, it's Johnson. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And it's now 3-0 Texans.
Texans 17. Colts 14.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Isaiah Rodgers on the return. The Colts take over 1st and 10.
Indy set to go on offense once more. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Rivers. Buying time to his left. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Rivers on the money, complete. Oh, what a juke into space. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line.
That's good.
A big play there on the catch and run. 55 yards. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. 2 veterans, Phillip Rivers fighting T.Y. Hilton. And the Colts are going to jump back in front. The touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
Now, I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play, got the momentum going, right? That's you create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
It's up and good to make it 21-17. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown.
17. Roberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Now this will make it into the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Now comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal. And I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out and out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Texans ball carrier.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
He was taken down.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
At their own
Phillip Rivers, he is the focal point of our players' spotlight now. And really a solid group effort. I mean, the montage focuses on him, and rightfully so, but it's been a good job of a team to get this lead.
I'm with you totally on that. I love the observation. Offensive line and people having to protect him, they've really been in sync and been on point. How about the guys going out and catching the ball? All the receivers, the running backs, everyone is involved today. And what we're watching right now is really a beautiful team effort, isn't it?
Absolutely. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Mack. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
The ball carrier.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. And he's got a first down and then some at midfield. T.Y. Hilton, nobody to beat. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Phillip Rivers with his 3rd touchdown pass of the game. And the Colts add on to their lead. Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it is stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
Now Blankenship on for the PAT. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown.
Roberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Now this will make it into the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
And now out comes Houston. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
But now the throw going to Fuller, and he's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They'll get 13 yards for the second play in a row. A first down carry here for Johnson. And he's got this down to the 35. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Texans football to start quarter 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. He'll buy some time right. He'll try and run it. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. On 2nd down, Johnson. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Texans on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the Colts' 3-yard line.
They'll run it with Johnson. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. They turn to the fullback, Gillespie. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
With the way things have gone in this game, I think they've got to consider going for it here. I realize it's just the 2nd quarter, so they're not panicking, but they need something to give them positive momentum to get things going.
Makes the score Colts 28.
So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. It's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
At their own 20.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Here's Hines. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
At the 46-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
From the gun, Rivers. Escaping the pressure right. That's into the hands of Pascal. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 34-yard line. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
34-yard line.
They'll run on 1st down with Marlon Mack. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. That tackle for loss goes to Whitney Merciless.
Back at the 37-yard line.
Now on 2nd and 13. Rivers, flush to his right. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain there of 21 yards. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll toss this right side to Mack. And he's brought down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
First down and goal to go.
Throwing Rivers. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A fourth touchdown pass there for Phillip Rivers. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is up to 15 now.
20. Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Taken in the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Their own 25-yard line.
Set to take over again, Deshaun Watson and this Texans offense. And how does he rally the troops, so to speak? He's played well, but they're down big on the scoreboard. How does he get his guys going?
To make sure they understand it's not a me game, it's a team game. Everyone has to come together. Everyone has to up the level of play a little bit, including himself, and find a way to make some plays in order to give them a little bit of a spark and rally the team.
We'll see if they can indeed rally down big on the scoreboard right now. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Watson, he fakes to Johnson and now looks to throw. Steps away. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1 yard gain. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Operating from the gun. Watson rolling to his left. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
He certainly had plenty of success running the ball, and right now I'm getting the sense that he's looking to take off and run every time he steps back to throw it.
But they did a nice job there collapsing on him and holding him to a short gain. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down into those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something, because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So they got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Then he's got his man, Hilton. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's a first down and then some. A 32-yard pickup. What a first half this has been offensively. I mean, defensively, what do you do when you're getting torched like this?
Now, these receivers are absolutely wearing them out. So 2 thoughts come to mind. 1, get some oxygen to fill up your lungs a little bit. And number 2, talk to your guys up front. You need a pass rush to help slow them down.
The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
At the 26-yard line.
He'll get this one to Pittman. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
That's a gain of 6.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. From the gun, Rivers sliding out of the punt. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Zach Pascal with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Rodrigo Blankenship on for the PAT. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. So the drive there took 6 plays. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown.
Rigoberto
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here.
Oh, wide open, complete. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, 75 yards. And the Texans get a bit closer. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, get that water break and get on out there and play.
Rivers going to bring the Colts up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And right away, he'll look to throw. On the right side, it's Hilton with a catch. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 23 yards on the play. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
48-yard line.
On first down, Mack. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory.
The ball carrier.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd.
Operating from the gun. Rivers. Taken in by the tight end Doyle. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 22 yards on the catch and run. A first down. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Bernardrick McKinney muscled his way in for the sack. They'll roll him out right. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit him over the top, unsuccessfully.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
15 yards. Brings up 4th down.
Now Rivers on 4th down. He's got Jack Doyle. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. Flushed out right. And he's going to keep it here. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. 2nd and 1 from the 2.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Rivers hands this one to Mack. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Marlon Mack with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Colts add on to their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
The point after is good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points.
27.
Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25 yards.
Now a look at Will Fuller as he and the rest of the offense gears up to get ready to go again. He's done his part, but so far it's been in a losing effort, so they've got to fix something.
But that doesn't mean changing anything, the way they're throwing the ball around and his catches and production. Keep doing that. They're going to have to fix some things likely on defense to try and slow down their opponents.
But so far he's north of 100 yards receiving.
2nd and 5.
To throw again on 2nd down. Watson. He gets it over the middle to Cobb. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
It's a gain of 6.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. They were searching for the tight end, Darren Fells, and that'll bring up second down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Throwing again is Watson. Open man, the tight end Fells. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Watson looks to throw again. Finding Fells, complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. And that is incomplete.
Watson's pass.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
3rd down. And 3.
Out of the gun, Watson into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Following the interception here, Rivers eluding the pressure right. Throws this one right side to Pascal. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also moved the sticks. Escaping the pressure right. This goes out right to Doyle. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Throwing again on second down. Rivers. He's going to take off with it. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. It was a strong first half from the veteran, Phillip Rivers. His 5 touchdown passes have him on a record pace. As for the call of the second half, we'll turn it back over to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
To kick off for Indianapolis.
The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. This will make it into the end zone, and we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there, and he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. Watson going to keep it himself. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
The tackle made at the 30.
So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. DeForest Buckner able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. It's caught left side by Cooks. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston.
Pass complete to Brandon.
Brandon Cooks, 68 yards. And the Texans cut into that lead. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And I believe the Colts have recovered. Yes, they have.
Point attempt is no good. That keeps the score. Colts 49.
It's funny to me because we actually keep a football in the booth with us during games. And I notice you cradling the football. You got it tucked pretty tight with the points of pressure here. And that didn't occur on that play, did it?
No, you saying I wouldn't have fumbled if I was down there?
You would not have fumbled. You got that thing locked in tight.
I also have really large biceps.
Kaimi Fairbairn.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Rodgers on the return. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The Colts take over first and 10.
Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. Rivers and the Colts going to come up first and 10 at their own 26. Rivers now after the fumble recovery. Flush to his right. Middle of the field to the tight end Doyle. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rivers. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Lonnie Johnson picks it. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line.
They'll take over.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain.
On the keeper.
That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Not only another first down, that also puts him over 100 yards rushing.
That's not something you see very often in the NFL. We see it more in college, but I think with more of the melding of the college game with quarterbacks, we'll see this a little bit more often in the future.
3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. From the gun, here's Watson. Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
He was able to get away earlier in the drive, but apparently all the time they put in practice finally came to the front, didn't it? They remembered their lessons and found a way to contain him when he took off on that one.
Is good. Makes the score Colts 49.
So his 3rd field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And 7s and probably even 8s. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear. They want to close this gap.
Take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this 3rd quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark it down at the 49. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. A play fake to Mack. Now Rivers on the move to his left. A good throw here finding Pascal. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. He got 29 yards that time. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
The former first-round pick, Vernon Hargraves, the one who was there defensively.
Second and 10 at the 20.
Throwing again, Rivers on 2nd and 10. He's going to go up top for the end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down.
10 yards to go.
They'll throw again, Rivers. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try to run with Hines. And he takes it in for a Colts score.
Hines.
Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
That's what it is, man.
And that's caught at the 2. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken just shy of the 10. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Kiki QT on the return. The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Brought down.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Watson got his man complete over the middle. That's Cobb. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down. Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. His throw caught right around the 6. And the Colts are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Nyheim Hines, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Colts use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Now this will make it into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. They'll run on first down. Johnson, he'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
Texan ball carrier.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
They try to swing it on left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
And he'll find Akins there, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big one there on third down. They hit for 30 yards.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit. That might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
That's caught out wide by Cooks. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
Mike, 53, Mike.
To the air yet again. Watson. Flushed out right. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short game when he took off running.
On second and goal, here's the option. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Now Watson on third and goal. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground. Now they're like their first field goal attempt.
Fairbairn able to put this one through. And that drops a deficit from 28 to 25. Another 3 on the board. He's been the lone bright spot. That's now 4 field goals.
If this offense had finished a few drives, we'd be looking at a different complexion to this ball game because right now, the trade is really wrong for them, isn't it? They're trading field goals while the other team's scoring touchdowns. That's not going to work.
Rivers going to bring the Colts up first and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll throw from the gun. Over the middle here, it's Hilton. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Being chased out left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Third quarter here in Indy. This is second and 10.
Complete. It's now second and 10.
They run the counter. Hines. 20. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Naeem Hines, 47 yards. And the Colts have got it on cruise control.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And the finishing touch was that nice long run into the end zone.
Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. 7 yards there and a first down. A shotgun snap for Watson. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Watson gets one into the hands of Cobb. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion. I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
And we take some time to spotlight T.Y. Hilton now. A monster game so far, 3rd quarter. He is lighting up the stat sheet.
And so many times when you see these types of games, you hear about the quarterback, or we talk about the quarterback throwing guys open, putting it in the right spot. How about some credit for the receivers, though, who find ways to get open, whether they uncover late in a route, or they get open early, but they just always find a way. And he's having that type of a game.
Yeah, he's been nearly impossible to cover. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
From the gun, Rivers. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A first down there on a pickup of 25. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory.
That's good.
A big play there for Indy. 45 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Nyheim Hines taking it in. And the Colts just continue to pour it on. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Texans take over 1st and 10.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
From the 27, Watson dancing to his left. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. From the gun, Watson. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
Completed to Brandon Cooks. A gain of 9 brings up third down.
3rd and 2, Watson. And that will be incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Here we go with Johnson. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
The one thing I have learned about this league, more and more, you've got to take some chances. You know, if you play everything conservatively and play everything exactly like, okay, I know what to do in each situation, I don't think you're going to get very far. I love the call there, going for it, even on his own side of the field.
Yeah, and even though you're on your own side of the field, they were creeping towards midfield, so not as crazy as if they were back at their own 20.
Showed a little faith in the defense too, right?
Yep. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Brings up third.
Operating from the gun, Watson. He's got his tight end. It's Fells.
Watson's pass.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They run. It's Johnson. Accelerating, and off he goes. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston.
On the carry. Touchdown.
David Johnson. 43 yards. And the Texans are able to make things a bit more respectable.
That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
My old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
Rodgers on the return. The Colts take over 1st and 10. At their own 20.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11.
Now it's a bootleg with Rivers. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The lightning rod, J.J. Watt with a sack.
Enough to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Open man is Trey Burton. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's 4th down. He's got Jack Doyle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down.
1st and 10 at the 19.
On 1st down, Mack. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play. And that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Lonnie Johnson picks it. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD.
Illegal forward pass, offense.
So they obviously declined that, and it is a touchdown.
They still had the option, but let's face it.
There's no option.
There's no option when you score a touchdown. An easy call for them.
And that will cut this lead down to 25. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Rodgers on the return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
On the return. The Colts take over 1st and 10.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
No, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No, I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, you know, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Ah, yeah.
Their second meet.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
It's a gain of 8, and it brings up 3rd down.
From the gun, Watson. And now Watson throws another interception. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Now Mack.
Oh, you got to feel it,
Get
baby.
into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Marlon Mack, 33 yards. And thanks to the interception, the Colts offense cashes in with 6. Well, they just continue to roll. And, Charles, for you and I, we want the close games, but for them, it has to be so nice to enjoy this big cushion.
I can't remember the last time we saw them play this loose and have this much fun. I think they'd love to be able to capture this game, carry it with them from week to week, and be able to execute like this in all the rest of their games.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. And now let's look at David Johnson. And as the numbers show, he really wasn't in the mix at the beginning, but they've got him in the rotation now, and it's proved a good move.
And that's what happens when you're a good player. There's a lot more attention drawn to you, and it's obvious that
the Colts are going to get him. Down he goes.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. After the sack on first down, Watson firing quickly here, and that's complete. The 40, the 20, 10, and he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Brandon Cooks, 83 yards, and the Texans get a bit closer.
Well, if you've got him in your fantasy league, you like his production, his second touchdown of the game. But right now, his team is trailing. Fortunately, he's playing pretty well and trying to keep him in it.
Yeah, they might need a little more from him here.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they continue to call his number. Right now, he needs his defense to step up and give him a chance.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
The Colts take over 1st and 10.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. We've got a lopsided game here. Which I don't know, Charles. What does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the fourth quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. You know what it says? Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Here's Rivers. Steps away to his left. Looking deep for Hilton. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Gary and Conley. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6-1, one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Darren Fells there to make the grab. And the Texans turn that interception into a touchdown. So the big play to kick off the drive set them up 1st and goal, and they're able to cash in right away on play number 2.
I think I'm starting to understand more and more when we get ready to do games and we meet with coaches why they talk about big plays, explosive plays, and how it sets them up for success, because that's exactly how they were able to score on this one. We saw the touchdown. We saw the payoff. But, of course, that big, long chunk play is what got them in position.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Gary and Conley, the one to bring him down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Play action now. Rivers out to his left. Taken in by the tight end, Doyle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain there of 30 big ones.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
And the Colts are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again. Working out of the gun, Rivers. And my goodness, another interception. Lonnie Johnson picks it. He's at the 50, the 30, past the 20. And they will score a pick six for the Texans TD. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs.
And oh, it's blocked. The Colts have it, but he will not be able to bring this one back, in the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
Well, times have definitely changed on the PAT, on the extra point, haven't they? A lot more effort goes into this play from both sides.
Yeah, because let's face it, a lot of time on extra points, the effort is not what it is when you're trying to block a field goal.
No doubt about it. And before, when the ball was snapped on the 2-yard line, it was really a virtual chip shot. Now everyone believes they can get to it and knock it away, and we know how crucial every point is. So the defensive guys, they spend a lot more time trying to get that done, which means there's more pressure on the offensive guys trying to kick it.
And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
10 at the 31-yard line.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And room there to work it inside the 25. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 20.
From the 24, Rivers. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively they burn it here with 1:51 left. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll try and run. Here's Mack. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown run. And the Colts are able to grow their lead.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will make this a 19-point game.
Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Taken at the 15, a short kick. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And now we peek at Darren Fells as he gets ready for the next drive. And a bounce back here for him after a slow start. And sometimes that's how it goes with tight ends. Those catches in their games, they can go in waves at that position.
And you get so locked into stopping them that you think, okay, hey, look at that. We've held them down. And the best ones, you really don't hold down for an entire game. They're going to get their catches. Your job is to keep them from being big-time catches that break you down totally.
Throwing again is Watson. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Out of the gun, Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Corey Willis. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense. But they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Escaping the pressure right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. T.Y. Hilton once again the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Throwing here, Rivers. Flush to his right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the
throwing again. Rivers. This will be caught inside the 10. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now here's Rivers. He'll bring his guys up, and they'll go for the 2-point conversion. To the air again here, Rivers. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there, and sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
This one fielded at the 5. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The returns. The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 27.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout.
1st down, Texans.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And now here is another interception. It's T.J. Carey who picked it. And that will write a finish to this ball game. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Colts are winners as we say so long from Indianapolis.